I just wanted to record. Okay, so I know my own problems. I don't know anybody else's problems. Even if I know somebody else's problems, I only know them from what I hear, but I can't experience them fully. So knowing my own brokenness, I know that I have no cause for being to feel in any way superior to anybody else, because I'm the most broken person that I know. I don't know anybody who's this broken, and that's my privilege. That's my big privilege in life, to get to know myself. So that's the first thing we learn from it, that all the measurements are all halved. They're all a whole and a half. Because the main thing about that the Aron teaches me is this feeling of being broken, of being halved. There's nothing whole about me. And again, nowhere else in the Mishkan are there any measurements that are with a half. Everything else is perfect, as it were. And so if I'm looking from the inside out, everything else is fine. The only problem is me. Like I said this a lot of times, and I actually learned now that it's a story from one of the tzaddikim, I can't remember who, that a person should feel that his life is like a picture that he can look at right now. And the only problem with the picture is him in the middle. Everything's wrong with the picture itself is beautiful. It's just that, what am I doing here? Like, I'm ruining the picture. So it's a feeling, again, not to belittle myself, but never to have any feelings of being more important or more capable or anything else than anybody else in the world. Okay. V'tzipito tozavto. So this is verse 11. Overlay with pure gold, overlaid inside and out, and make upon it a gold molding round about. So the way that the Aron was made is really that when Moshe went up to Mount Sinai, before he went up, Hashem told him to make an Aron out of wood. And that was what he put the broken, originally it was supposed to be for the whole tablets, but then it became the broken tablets, he put them inside, and afterwards when he came down with the second pair of tablets, so he put those inside this wooden tablet. That wooden tablet was in his tent until he received until they started building the Aron. And what did the Aron do really? What did Batal do? He built two more arks, boxes. Both of them out of gold. One was bigger than the wooden box. One was smaller, and that way it was covered mibayit and michutz, from inside and outside. It was covered with gold. Make poles of acacia wood and overlay them. Cast 4 gold rings for it to be attached to its feet. 2 rings, 1 on each of its side walls and 2 on the other. Make poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold, right? So then insert the poles into the rings on the side walls of the ark for carrying the ark. So the next thing is that you have to put poles in them. 2 poles, 1 on each side, and these poles, once they're inside, you can't remove them. They stay that way forever. So the ark was always with these 2 poles. And deposit in the ark the tablets of the covenant, pact, which I will give you. This is a translation from Sephariah, which they only use stuff that's not copyright, so it's probably an 80-year-old translation or something like that. You should make a cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long and 1.5 cubits wide. And then, this is the part that we're interested in, this cover that goes on top. Because again, on top you would see that there was gold, wood, and gold. So it has to be covered in some way to make it entirely gold. So, right, an Aron, a cupboard in Torah, and this is also when you talk to a carpenter, that's how they think. It's like, I build you the box, and then you tell me what doors you want, because the doors are not part of the box. The box itself, that's the Aron, that's what you pay for. Doors are extra. So this is the covering, it's extra, or it seems that it's extra. And then make 2 kubim of gold, make them of hammered work at the 2 ends of the cover. So they have to be these 2 figures, we'll see soon what they are. And they're facing one another on each end of the cover. Make 1 keruv at one end and the other kerub at the other end. Of 1 piece with the cover, so you make the kerubim at its 2 ends. So it was molded out of 1 piece of solid gold. You can't stick them on. The kerubim shall have their wings spread out above, shielding the cover with their wings. They shall confront each other, they'll face each other. the faces of the kerubim being turned toward the cover. And then you place the cover on top of the ark after depositing inside the ark the covenant, meaning the tablets of the covenant that I will give you. And then he says, this is all the preparation of the ark, of the Aron. No. Maybe just pull it in that direction. Too bad.